Alrighty, y'all. Day 2 of this video. We're not taking the 6.0 today, but I need to make sure I grab everything out of here that I need. We're taking the Bronco. Throw that over there, throw that over there. Throw that right there. When I constantly switch vehicles, sometimes I forget things like my sunglasses yesterday, and I was dying, y'all. I have very sensitive eyes to the sun. It was a rough day yesterday. Now, I am not a morning person because, well, I'm a night person. So to do both is a little rough sometimes, but if I can do it, anybody can do it. Make a quick stop here at McDonald's for a little breakfast. Ooh, look at that Corvette up there. Oh, now I'm stuck in an argument. The lady in the Kia in front of us is trying to pay with a $100 bill. McDonald's will not take it. And they just closed the window on her. And her door's open because her window doesn't work. That's why I normally try to go a little earlier. You beat this crowd. Oh, all right. We're making a truce. McDonald's thinks it's ridiculous. She's only allowed to take the 100 if her boss is here. All right, I love your truce, but I gotta go. Oh, weird, she had a credit card the whole time. We could have just paid with that. James, it pours. Dude, how many times are you gonna slam your door into that pole? Perfect, thank you. No, we're good, thank you, appreciate it. $2 1/4. Fat, a little fat. $2 1/4 fat.
Away from the stucco, okay? So from the back of the sun to the stucco, from the back of the sun to the stucco is 2 1/4 inches, which is perfect if your bolt or two were right there, because I want it to err in this direction. Didn't film it, but got my steel cut for my next piece that we need to close out the gate. And we got a new bottle of argon, but I remembered we were out of tungsten rods for the TIG torch. So we're going to West Air to pick up some tungsten rods, and we might as well get one of our other argon bottles filled. All right, so we've made it to West Air. Don't fall out, don't fall out. All right. Bottle is refilled, and we got our tungsten. Okay, we've made it back. Try it over here, dude. I wouldn't worry about that back inside corner. I got you, dude. I'll pull you out if you need it, okay? Safety first, and hopefully we clear everything. I don't think we got... There?
That'll work? Oh, you got like a rag? I don't like this thing being here. It's quite the rag you got there, sir. Perfect, dude. That's perfect. Good work. Let's get a little light into this place. Now, one of the things, you can see we got all these light fixtures around, and I know it's a little bit dark in here, but that's kind of the vibe that they want. So we don't have a ton of lighting with those track lights, but we have all of these little old school wall sconces, and they actually came with, I don't think we have an original one, but they came with these original just white little plasticky tubes, and then your light bulb went on top, and that wasn't as cool as we like to do things. And well, again, one of the reasons everything we do takes a while is because we modify everything. So you can actually buy aftermarket, who knew? You can pimp out light sconces, aftermarket little tubes, and these look like candles with wax melting. So instead of putting standard bulbs, because that would be really lame, I went ahead and ordered up some flickering flame bulbs on the Amazon, and they're a little cheesier than I thought, because it's kind of like a little LED control board versus like the old school ones, which I don't really know how the old school ones worked, but you know, seeing it like this looks even cheesier. But it's got these little LEDs in there, and I don't like that you can actually kind of see the LEDs. And then it's got this second little filament in there. It's kind of hard to see, but it gives you like that second little flickery ghost flicker up there. That part I like. Not a big fan of that, but at this point, you know, from a distance, if you stand back here and you don't really see the bulb, or you don't really see each little diode, I think they look all right. But of course, like everything, these are not the right length, so we need to cut these down, be able to fit the bulbs on. So I've got a little jig here set up on the Harbor Freight miter saw. And it's a little bit sketchy because you gotta have your fingers kind of close to the blade, and they don't sit flat up against your guard because you have these little, you know, fake wax things here. So you gotta make sure you got a real good hold on her. And then we're just gonna go ahead and trim all of these down. So you can see with the little socket right there, if we didn't trim these down, they were like way up here. You couldn't get a bulb in. So now that we trimmed them down, it's got room for the bulb to screw in. And we've got flame. Little dusty, little dusty. Oh shit. You want the good news or the bad news?
You're pregnant.
That would be a lot worse than the news I have for you. Your clear stuff I think is too thin now, so it did the same shit. It leached out. And it's not even dry. Like you can see where you filled it to, it looks like. And it is not there.
All right, fun shit.
I don't know what the answer is, if there even is one at this point.
I still have material, so I'm gonna try to fill that one the rest of the way and fill this one.
I mean, the only thing that worries me is the fact that that's not dry, like it hasn't sealed up the veins that it's escaping in. I mean, look at that crack right there. That's huge for it to leach out of that way. I'm with you. I'm with you. I like trying.
Yeah, I mean,
got a couple of wheels from Harbor Freight here. We're gonna use this bracket, take that wheel off, even though it's a pretty sick wheel, but we need the height of this tire. So we're gonna put that in this bracket, and for a grand total of like $17 at Harbor Freight, we get a pretty sick wheel setup for this gate. But we need to get that bushing out, or something similar, to get into there. So we gotta do a little Frankensteining. We're gonna take the bearings out of this one, which don't quite fit in there, and hopefully we can get them to fit. If not, this little barrel sleeve in the middle, if we get these ribs off, it should slide in, and that might just work enough as a bearing. All right, y'all, so unfortunately my other camera ran out of memory today, so we're filming the last little bits on my phone, but we got the Harbor Freight wheel mounted up. Took a lot of convincing, coercing on getting everything swapped out to where that wheel would fit inside of that bracket with some spacers and all of that. And then went ahead and built a little ramp right here so that when we're coming in with this wheel, because this is normally would sit on the entire track, but we don't want any track right here that people can trip over. So we're keeping all the track up there, but this thing will drop down and go back up. Oh, well, I can't do it right now, but I'll show you in a minute because that ladder is sitting right there. But that ramp helps to ramp it back up onto that plane, and it'll ride the rest of the track. Much more solid than this original design that Dave had Dedic working on with this spring. And obviously the spring does adjust because we are on a slope here. So this concrete comes uphill, which this spring kind of allows for that height difference to happen on a much lighter gate. But on something this heavy, this spring was just super, super sketchy, and you can't keep this wheel from spinning. So that was just, glad we got rid of that. Now we're working on the front side of the gate rollers. We already have the back sides in, which are these guys right here. So these are just bolted up to the 3x4s, and then we got to do this front ones, which I'm banking right here because they're basically, you know, just like this. But that's not really conducive to coming over top of. And I mean, I guess I could have made like a right angle bracket, welded this to it, but these aren't ideal for that situation, but it's what we got, so we're gonna make it work. So I built a little bracket like this, and don't mind those super not polished end cap. They want it really rough and gritty to kind of match the rest of the welding and stuff here that's not finished off. So this is gonna go like so, and then that roller will sit on the outside. I'll show you one that I'm working on right now. As you can see here, so basically, just took a piece of 1-inch square stock, drilled a hole in it that this bolt fits in, and then I'm gonna weld that nut right to it. And then this will be able to unscrew like the one you just saw over there. We'll weld it to the posts, and then that'll keep our gate from wanting to kind of get all wonky, because again, we have the rollers on the other side and we'll have the rollers on the front side. Went ahead and got all of the rollers installed, and totally forgot that we clear coated these posts. So it made it really fun to weld those, because again, they don't want any grind marks on this. The whole like premise of this gate and railing system was it's got to look kind of grungy and industrial. So no grinding, no making nice smooth corners or anything like that. But you can see here, once we are up on the track, we are floating off the ground with this wheel. Because of the height difference, we have that set so that way when the gate is closed all the way over here, it is level, which is like 3/4 below the top of that is where it sits over here on this side. And we'll let you see it come drop off my little roller coaster edge there. Boom, come on over. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way until she closes, just like so. And then you can see right there, we're about a 1/2 inch or so there, which is pretty close. We're pretty close to right there. And then when we come back and we close it, in the same system, super easy. We got to kind of idiot proof it for all of the employees that are gonna be working here. Hits that roller coaster track, goes right on up. Done. Tuna, how do we do?
Fabulous.
Now the last thing for today, because today is Friday, tomorrow Saturday, but that makes sense. We have the plumber coming to fully install this sink, because this is the last thing we need to get all of our plumbing signed off. It's a sink in the outdoor bar, but up underneath, if I don't drop all the steel on me, you'll see that we have plywood, which is our form for the poured concrete countertops. Well, if he sets this, I'm not gonna be able to get this plywood out because his plumbing and stuff's gonna be in the way. So I wanna get this done ahead of time because he's coming in on a Saturday and I'm probably not gonna be here. Better just to get it out of the way for him versus trying to fight getting all that plywood out later. There we go. So far, she's been super easy to strip, which was my plan with this thing, because they can be a pain in the butt if you do not form them right to where they're simple to come apart, especially when you're doing inside stuff like this. You really got to plan out how you're going to get this piece of plywood out. These little 1/4 inch Titans are great for this. Look at that, strips itself. And then again, I always aim for the joints because those are easy to patch up with a little bit of spec mix versus putting a hole in the block. So she actually came out pretty damn easy. Except for those couple little wings over there, I had to have those in place. I mean, I guess I could have scabbed them in and screwed them from underneath, but we are out. Look at that nice bottom. Pull that tape off. We use that to seal it up so none of the concrete juice flows in between the cracks, makes it even harder, but we are all stripped. We got a countertop. Right. This can get hooked up in. Alrighty, y'all, another day, another dollar. I feel like this McDonald's breakfast routine is just, it's getting unhealthy at this point. But y'all, we are almost done here. So y'all, we've been working on this epoxy floor trick. We have these giant holes in the floor, and we want to do something cool with them instead of just doing a regular concrete patch. This is the artist side of Dave. This one isn't necessarily our idea. So this is like the owner of the restaurant, some of his kids' skateboards, some of his kids' cars, some cool stuff like that. And then we've got ours, which is behind me, which I can't really show you guys because of what's in it, but it's very adult themed, but it's pretty sick. So if you guys want to see what's in here, go to my Instagram, same name, Dmaxryno, and I'll post something on my story to show you our adult themed epoxy artwork. All right, y'all, we're taking you into the cave here. So check out this sweet, dude, who moved this? We got our sweet audio rack. Look at that, with motion light. It's got the iPad on it. Controls all the music throughout this place on John's custom speakers. John also custom built this little box and enclosure. What if I run the blower? Just blow it out real quick. I'll do that and then I'll shove something in there. All right. Watch your face, AJ. She's coming, dude. I'm gonna blow hard, okay? I'm gonna triple torch this bitch, dude.
Triple torches?
Let's triple torch it. Which one are we going for though? Oh yeah, dude. It's already loose. All right, y'all. So unfortunately, When those guys soldered up that drain pipe yesterday, they did it wrong. So we're gonna have to remedy it. As you can see though, with that water dripping off the roof, it does not want to get remedied very easily. So we're gonna try to wait. Today, unfortunately, is not gonna be very sunny. So I don't know at what point the water is gonna stop trickling from all the dew and the moisture in the air in the morning, but we're gonna have to wait till it does. So for now, I'm gonna make a Home Depot run. I have some colored window tint that we're going to be putting on the bathroom windows. So I need to get a little X-Acto knife, and then we need some other stuff while we're there. Oh, it gets better. What do we got, an event going on at Home Depot? At least we beat the like early morning rush. There is nothing worse than a high volume store like this store in the early morning rush. Seems like Home Depot likes small parking spots. For a place where most people are showing up with trucks, they really like tight parking spots. Oh, hell no. She got a flat tire. All right, got everything we needed. Don't mind the back of the Bronco. It's a mess like, well, every other vehicle in my life. And again, guys, we are getting very close. We've got a health inspection today, which is fantastic. Assuming all goes well, that's a big step finished. Hey, who the hell took my parking spot? Let me guess. Lawyer. These motherfuckers.
Are you gonna be here for long?
Well, I had a parking spot.
Okay, because they cleaning. There's some shit over there, so it's a pretty nice vehicle.
Yeah. I don't want that.
I'll park my truck right here.
Perfect.
So you park there.
That works. That works.
Recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah. Is that my bucket, or you get your own bucket? We're back in business, dude. I got us a fire blanket. All. What's that? Yeah. Stop, drop, and roll. Keep going. Yeah, we can keep going if you want. All right.
Get down there and try and center that pipe. Push it too far that way. Watch this. Switch with me. I'll show you. Check this out.
Watching.
This guy is like 1.5 inches off center. Right?
Yep.
Look at that.
Okay.
So if I can push this guy that far,
You would.
watch this.
Yeah. That's not good, dude. I mean, do we need exact center? Do we got a little play with their whatever's coupling is that?
God
This
damn
is
it.
the piece that we have to slip over that though. If we can get this to fit.
Okay.
I'll make this bitch fit.
Yeah, dude. We'll get this to fit.
This stupid thing, so easy. It doesn't matter. If we can get this to slip over it, then the rest will go.
Does this sit on top of the oven?
It can.
Okay. So
can.
we need room for this.
Yeah.
What would be
Okay.
ideal is if we could get this flange to sit on there.
To sit
On the
where?
on the
To sit
orange.
on the orange part, like
Yeah.
we
Cool.
had it.
Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna run. I'll be back. I'll be back in like an hour.
So it seems like the box ends right there, but on this side it's like a rectangle that goes all the way to like this edge. Like it was as far back as I could feel that this side of that box kept going. My other question is there even enough? I guess there would be enough flange to cover it. I told you, between me and Joe, dude, we'd get it. Alrighty, y'all, so in Dave's artist mind, these windows need some film on them corresponding to the color of the bathrooms. As you've seen, we've got the primary colors. We've got yellow, red, and blue. We're gonna start in the yellow one here. Now, the original plan was to do this before these trim pieces went on, which would have made this a lot easier, but these are already on. And I believe they're micro pinned in and they do not come off, but let's just give, yeah, that's pretty on there. Fresh squeegee, fresh X-Acto knife. So these are kind of a pain in the butt to do because there's no real good way to measure this and cut it. I mean, it fits exactly that way. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go to try to install it. Then we'll trim that bottom section in place and hope for the best. Spray with a little water, spray with a little water. Okay, we got a little bit of trim out there to help us if this doesn't fit exact. So I actually had a tint company come out to give me a price on doing these because just didn't have time or want to deal with them. And well, they kind of ghosted me. So this one's done. I'll show you guys when it's closed in a second, but part of Dave's artistry is he also wanted the light to be done, which in this yellow bathroom isn't too harsh, but I have a feeling in the red and the blue ones, like, I don't know who wants to poop under a red light, but we're gonna see, we're gonna go do those next. But there is the like exact amount, the cutoff from here, like that much is the exact amount to do this light. So that worked out perfectly. All right, red is done down there. Let's do this light and go blind here looking at this for a second. Look at that, guys. I'm telling you, it could not be more perfect. So there's not really a lip that you can ride on with your knife. All right, so the red's a little less forgiving, but that's about as good as that's gonna get right there. Yellow one cut pretty good. Nice and bright. I feel like I'd want to poop there more than, you know, develop some photos in this dark room. See how it looks with the door closed? Yeah, not super bright. The yellow one's definitely brighter, but let's see. Not bad, not bad. All right, now we pick a blue. Let's see, we got that blue. It's kind of like a mix. I can go this blue. Let's go a little lighter. All right, blue went a little bit better. Oh, it looks cleaner. Yeah, so much for firewood. I think we're gonna have to heat this for a minute. That's a good sign. Get it, AJ. Get it, bro. Fuck yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Don't touch it.
Where's the pizzas at? We could cook it right now.
Jeez.
That was the only one I was concerned about. The rest of them were.
There we go. There we go. Nice, dude.
We're fucking pro unsolderers.
Dude, commercial plumbing, is that our next gig?
We could unsolder any 4-inch pipe you got.
Three.
Are these 3?
Yeah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, AJ. Okay.
It's for the
We might need a 4th torch for a 4-inch. Dude, a bunch came out.
Bunch came out?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a pallet of sandbags, dude.
No, hey, those are damaged. Return them. We don't accept delivery.
It's not my department, dude.
A little bit more. In anticipation of the health inspection, the kitchen has been all cleaned up. Tuna did a great job mopping the floors and everything in here. We got all the wire racks. Fridges are fired up. The big walk-in's fired up. All of these fridges are fired up. Everything nice and cold. I believe this area is refrigerated also. Oh yeah, nice and cold. The guys are out here working on the chimney for the pizza oven. Okay, now we need to make another run to the store to get one 3-inch copper coupling. I don't know if you guys have ever bought 3-inch copper stuff, but it is insanely expensive. All right. This setup is super slick. Oh, perfect. All right, y'all, so I know she's not the prettiest, and Dave, being the artist that he is, actually wanted that burn ring around there. I know, sounds crazy. But we are going to test it now. And the guys definitely should have wiped this glue off when they did this, but it's a little bit too late now. AJ's gonna take a bucket of water up there. He's gonna dump it, and we're gonna see if we got any leaks. And also there's a wing nut off of the little grate that goes on top of the drain that fell in. So I'm gonna watch for that back here because we kind of need that. You can pour it directly in if you want, but let's see. Sounds like we reached the alley. See if my wing nut's over here. Got the wing nut. Yep, wing nut's out. You know, AJ, we ain't gonna win no awards for being the best looking plumbers. Actually, we are the best looking plumbers. Our work's not the best, but
Yeah, that's true.
but it doesn't leak. That's pretty good. Not bad, brother, not bad. We're dry everywhere. Alrighty guys, well I'm just gonna fully wrap this video up. It was like 4 or 5 days, different segments, I don't even know. But we are pretty much finished here in terms of the grand scheme of construction. The benches are done. We just gotta stain these tables, but we're gonna have like these tiny little things we're gonna have to come back for. I mean, staining those tables is kind of a big job, but in terms of everything inside, we are pretty much turning it over now to the owners and their management team to come in, hire, train, do all of the above. So we'll give you one last little recap here. I mean, the pizza oven is in, the Carrera marble countertops around it are in. We've got countertops here. We put countertops on top of those fridges so they have some workspace if they need it. We got the Carrera coming underneath the serving window, which opens, well, it's pinned open, but opens that away. The kitchen is all nice and cleaned up, and we've basically spent today, and the reason I didn't film it is because we spent the day just like doing a bunch of last minute little things, peeling all of the miserable film that is on every single surface of the stainless steel, which took a good couple of hours. I mean, that was gnarly. It's not often we get a full brand new kitchen build in our restaurants. Typically we take over a building that has either a partial kitchen or a full kitchen, so we don't have to peel all the brand new stuff. Bar area is done, windows are opened up, looking good. Bathrooms checked off, you guys saw us putting the film on there. Again, the last minute details today, like putting in the baby changing station and getting that all dialed in right there. So that's in and done. Other little things like painting these stripes on the stairs, because you got to have a visible stripe at the first step and at the landing. So we got our nice visible stripes. We went with a nice gold. Painted that on today. And then there's just an absolute metric ton of tables and chairs and stuff that have to get assembled. And the guys have been kind of working away, chipping away at that up here. This is our only space we can store things because, oh geez, I almost just ran into this $1,000 old antique chandelier. Speaking of chandelier, check these crazy imported light fixtures from Italy. Just spent the day driving around trying to find some European bulbs for this thing because it doesn't fit standard sizes. But guys, it has been a long journey. I will come back when this place is fully decked out and operational and set up and a functioning restaurant. But as of now, I think we're calling it. This will be the last video you guys see here until then. And then we're moving on to the next project, you know? None of us anticipated this one would take this long. Normally we could build restaurants in 3 to 4 months. I think we're pushing 10 to 11 months on this one, which again, you know, 2 years of it was waiting on permits. And I don't even remember if I took you guys out here and showed you guys the fence down now, which looks killer. Well, the construction fence is down, so now we just have our main fence exposed. Went ahead and got these painted black so they don't look like crap anymore, the drain sticking out. But I think it looks really, really clean. And again, the 9-foot fence, the neighbors are gonna appreciate keeping all the noise on this side. I mean, it's a 9-foot steel fence. It's gonna really hold the noise in. We've had the speakers and stuff on while we've been working, and you go to that side of the fence and you can't hear any of it, so it works out well. But with that, we're gonna wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.